Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Devon. Thank you so much for clicking the video today. I want to encourage you to please subscribe. Oh, that'd be great. As far as the content on this channel goes, I'm just going to vlog about different things, this, that, and the other. Today we're going to rant a little bit about Doordash. I've been doing gig work now since February of 2021, and how that started was with Instacart. I did that. I went really heavy at that. We'll do another video about my days at Instacart. Then I later got into doing Doordash, which is what I'm doing basically now, like full-time, I guess, is what full-time in that it's kind of like my main source of income at the moment. So I just wanted to rant a little bit about an incident that happened today, just to give you a little bit of background. I live in a very small town, southeastern Ohio, under 15,000 people. There's not very many restaurants on the platform for DoorDash. We have McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, Taco Bell, maybe a couple others. So we don't have a ton of restaurants in town anyway, let alone a ton of restaurants that's actually on the DoorDash platform. So as far as how busy I'm able to keep in my market, it's really kind of hit and miss. You can sometimes have days that's decent, and sometimes you go out, you sit, and there's nothing at all. So we'll do maybe another video about that later. But today, I want to talk about what happened when I was on an active DoorDash shift today. So I woke up this morning, it was busy, it said busy in my market, so I didn't have a shift scheduled. So I hit dash now, and I went ahead and I just set the dash. It let me go all the way up till, I think, 11:30 p.m. tonight. So I go out, my very first order of the day, it comes in, it was a Taco Bell order for $6.75, I want to think, and the mileage was pretty good. So I'm like, cool, this isn't too bad at all. So I ended up accepting the order, and I'm always a little reluctant to take Taco Bells just because, I don't know about you, you can let me know in the comments below, but our Taco Bell is really slow. A lot of times when I get there, they haven't even started the order yet. They're still getting it prepared. So I'm always a little reluctant on that, but I always go to the bottom there and I always let, on that DoorDash app, why I'm still waiting on the order. Anyhow, skipping ahead. So I accept the order, right? So I go in, I'm several hundred feet from there anyway. I was parked in a parking lot, go to Taco Bell, go in, show my phone, let them know I'm here to pick up the order for whoever. So I'm waiting. I ended up picking up the order. I walk out the door and I look down on my phone to get ready and hit that I've, picked the order up, and the order was just completely gone. It went to the screen where it said looking for orders. I'm like, what's going on? This is odd. This is confusing. And so I get in the car and immediately I'm calling DoorDash. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I've got this customer's order in my car and the order has just disappeared. Now, at the same time I was doing this, another order came in for Tim Hortons. And I don't know, I don't think I did it on purpose, but I accidentally hit accept. Okay, so I'm letting the DoorDash representative know that, accepted this order, and the screen disappeared. So he checks into it and lets me know that there was a glitch in the system. The order somehow got unassigned, and that he was like, okay, are you looking down at your phone? So I'm looking down at the phone. He says, I'm going to resend the order in. So I'm looking at the phone. The order comes in as a add-on. Like a stacked order, I guess is what you call them. It said the same price was like $6.75, which was the original one, and the same amount of items. So I went ahead and I accepted that. Since I did have their food in my car, I let the representative know, thank you very much, da-da-da-da-da. So I hang up with him. The directions intel told me to proceed to Tim Hortons because I accepted that order. So I get to Tim Hortons, I walk in the door, automatically, what do they tell me? The customer ordered some breakfast wrap and they said he didn't have hash brown. If I remember correctly, that's what they said it was. They said, go ahead and call the customer and let them know. So, not a big deal. Called the customer, first call, no answer. So I called him again, the second time, customer answers, super nice about it. They're like, okay, that's fine. Just however they need to do it, perfectly acceptable. Don't worry about it. I'm like, cool, fine. So I'm sitting there waiting and waiting, and I'm like, okay, so I still have this other customer who has already kind of sort of been probably wondering where their Taco Bell order is. So out of a courtesy, I call the other customer, and automatically she's pretty hostile with me, which to some extent I can understand. You ordered your food, it seems to have vanished. So she automatically starts off with, you or somebody else stole my food, which I assured her that that did not happen. I told her, exactly what happened. I picked her food up. The system glitched. I called Doordash. They resubmitted it. I told her it's all good. I got your food. I'm planning on delivering it. She still was pretty hostile at this point. She just kind of continued to, well, I don't know what happened. And so I reassured her that I would be there as soon as I possibly could. At this time, Doordash is calling me. I seen it popped up Doordash. So I'm like, okay, why is Doordash calling me? I just spoke to them. So Doordash calls me. The representative is like, well, the customer for the Taco Bell order is wondering what's going on. She thinks her food's been, I don't know if they said stolen, but she's like, her food, she don't know what the status is. So I explained to them that I already talked to their, someone near Doordash, and that they assured me everything was okay. So I ended up kind of sort of patching things up with Doordash. I explained things to them, got back on the phone with the customer, explained that, I assured her, I said, look, I'm picking up this order here at Tim Hortons, then I'll be on my way. And so the order's finally ready at Tim Hortons. I get the order, I hit accept, or that I had received the food. Now here's where it gets interesting. Considering that I've had that Taco Bell order in my car for a while, I was really surprised that it was actually having me deliver the Tim Hortons order first versus the Taco Bell. And I wish that wasn't the case, because the Taco Bell customer had already been waiting for a pretty decent amount of time. So I'm like, crap. So I ended up doing what the app told me. I delivered the order. It was a handed to me order from the Tim Hortons. Customer, I don't know where she was. She said, hand it to me. Knocked on the door out of the clear blue. She comes around the corner. Really nice, super cool. Gave her order. Again, apologized for them not having the hash brown or whatever it was. I think that she was specific that they didn't have at the restaurant. So I then am like, okay, now I'm going to finally get this Taco Bell order delivered, which I was very upset, because I'm like, this poor customer, it isn't her fault. This food's probably getting cold. I know it's in the bag, it was keeping warm, but still, the food's been sitting. And if I was a customer, I would be starting to get a little bit irritated too. Like, I ordered this food, what's going on? So what does it have me do? It actually wants me to drive back to Taco Bell and actually pick the order up, which, to remind you, I had already done some time ago. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to drive all the way back to the Taco Bell location, because even if I had arrived at the store, I'm like, this just seems so confusing, and why is it doing this? So get back on the phone with Doordash. I tell them, I've got this customer's order. What do I do? So at this point, they just tell me, you have the customer's address, just proceed to delivery. Okay. So I let Doordash know, I'm like, I'm a little concerned. I said, it's for the customer, because I said, this food's probably getting cold. It's been how long? It left the store. Then there was that moment where the order disappeared. And then the moment where I had to call Doordash. And then I had to go pick up the other order, and I had to sit there and deal with that. So I was a little like, okay, what do I do? All right. So after I got off the phone with Doordash again, I called the customer back, and I just was very honest with them, trying to do the right thing and be a good person. I'm like, just wanted to let you know, I'm not far from you. I'm terribly sorry. I apologize like over and over and over again to them, letting them know just how extremely sorry I was that they're having to go through this. And I just asked him, I said, do you want to cancel the order? So I'm just afraid your food's not going to be warm. I've kept it in the insulated bag, but still. And she said, just go ahead and bring it. I'll assess it when it gets here, which kind of made me feel a little weird, because I'm like, okay, what's going to happen if I get the food to her And then is she going to complain that the food's cold? And am I the one who's going to get a 1-star? Am I the one who's going to get, I don't know, maybe a violation or something? I had no idea. But still, I'm like, let me just get this customer her food. At this point, I'm so stressed out. It's like this order has just been, crazy. So, all right. So I go ahead and I put the address in the GPS on my phone. Guess what? Wasn't going to be as simple as I thought. The GPS just started to act up. And it was absolutely not taking me to this person's house. The GPS, no matter how much I was trying to get this thing to cooperate with me, it wasn't working. And at this point, I'm like, look, I just have to cancel this order. I mean, I guess I probably could have called the customer again and said, hey, my GPS is acting up. How do I get to your house? But I'm like, at this point, I've already had to call the customer a couple times. Her food's probably cold or getting cold. It's been some time. Also, I was worried about, the rating, because I'm like, if I now have had all these issues that wasn't in my control, but now I'm coming to you saying, oh, guess what? Now I can't find you. So I just go to the drop menu. I hit cancel. I called Taco Bell. I told them, I said, look, exactly what happened. I have this customer's food. This order has just went crazy, basically. I didn't tell them the story, just told them that I had some issues with the orders, or that order. So I said, can I bring the food back? They said because of COVID, they can't bring the food back. They just, told me to pitch the food or whatever. And I hate doing that, but so I'm just asking you guys, like, how else maybe could I have handled that situation? Like, I feel like in the moment I did the best thing I could have done. I was really ultimately just concerned for the customer, because I would not want to receive cold food. And even though the bag's insulated, I'm like, just how fresh and stuff is it going to be? I don't know. So at the end of the day, I ended up just going down, canceling the order, calling the restaurant, asking them what to do with the food. And that's just basically what I ended up doing. But I guess it's just frustrating. The whole thing was frustrating. I don't know why the order just up and disappeared. I've never had that happen, so that was completely new. And I've also never had, no, I don't know. So what would you guys have done, I guess? So I'm sorry to rant. One thing you're going to notice about my vlogs on this channel is that sometimes I just rant. Maybe I'll say things over twice or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So if you guys want to let me know, like, what you guys would have done, I'd love to hear hear what you got to say. Did I do the right thing? What would you have done? So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Again, on this channel, we're just going to vlog about different things. Doordash, different, not all going to be Doordash, but just different things like that. Probably going to be some Doordash things because I'm actively driving for Doordash, but there'll be other things as well. But please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is where you are, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.